Hey everybody, this is James App from the Dapper Den Barbershop in Ridgefield, Connecticut. Today we're going to be going over the Andis Gtx-Exo cordless trimmer. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. If you are new to the channel, if you can go ahead and hit that subscribe, like, notifications, all that good stuff, greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Today we're going to be going over this new Andis cordless trimmer. Now, Andis did come out with a cordless trimmer, their T outliner, but now they've made improvements to it because they've started to notice what people have been doing to their trimmers. And that, of course, is skeletonizing their trimmers. So if we take a look back to the older models that we have, I have my older models with me. This is the original corded one that I've had. This baby has seen some miles on it. I mean, it's had the blade changed a whole bunch of times. But what people were doing, and what I did, is cut out the top part of this right here, which is also known as skeletonizing the trimmer. Now, a lot of people might be wondering, if you haven't heard of this already, why you would skeletonize a trimmer. This is so you can get a full view around the actual blade itself to see what you're cutting. I was a little skeptical at first when I first started doing this, but once I had it, it was a game changer in terms of using a trimmer. You could start seeing things a little clearer, your lines came out sharper because you knew exactly where you were putting the trimmer to do a line. The only downfall to this, which you can probably tell with a lot of clippers or trimmers, is the giant cord that came with it. So Andis had a great idea to go ahead and create a cordless trimmer for everybody, which I have here. Looks very similar to the new one that they came out with, however, it's not. I also had to modify this one after watching a video on how to modify and skeletonize this one. This had the housing or the casing of the clipper all the way up to the top, so you really couldn't see anything. The trimmer itself was great. It was sharp, it was clean, a little on the loud side, but overall not a bad trimmer at all. It also introduced this new charging stand that it had for it, which was very, very sleek looking, very heavy, sturdy, good looking stand that they had for it. Now we come to the newest one that Andis has put out, the Gtx-Exo. The GTX refers to the blade that is on top of it. It is a Gtx-Z blade. And the Exo, I assume, means exoskeleton. I'm not 100% sure, meaning that it is already skeletonized and you can see around the entire part of the trimmer. I got this when I got back from Connecticut Barber Expo at Mohegan Sun. If you'd like to see some of the videos we did for that, I'll leave a link up to the playlist that we did with some companies that we did some interviews with, so check that out. But when I saw this, I was like, I gotta give it a shot. You know, I've been using an Andis T outliner for a long time. It was one of the first ones I ever used. This was before Babyliss came out with their skeletonized clipper that they had, and I wanted to get back into it. When I first picked it up, it was immediate nostalgia, because I was like, this takes me back to when I first started cutting hair. And the other thing about it that's really interesting compared to the other two is it is a lot lighter, much lighter in the hand. Also, it does come with the stand as well, which is a fantastic feature because you can always just pick it up and just start cutting. So you might be asking yourself right now, what is the main difference between these three trimmers? Exactly, we have the original corded Andis T outliner here. We have the cordless one that they made, and then they had the new one that they came out with. Well, first, like I said, is the new Gtx Blade. It is much sharper than any of the other Andis T outliner blades I have, and it does have a deep tooth system in it. This is really good for cutting coarse hair, to getting in nice, clean, sharp lines. Also, as I mentioned before, this is astronomically lighter than the first one, for sure, and a lot lighter than the new one that they came out with as well. And obviously the main difference is the skeletonized part that they have with it on the outside. The issue I've had with Andis in the past is that a majority of their clippers, trimmers, anything they make is extremely loud. They use a lot of magnetic motors and some stuff, which is a great power horse for barbers out there. However, I was never a fan of the lawnmower sounding clipper that they had, or trimmer. This is relatively quiet. In terms of a trimmer, that's not too loud. If we compare it to its predecessor, it's a little bit on the louder side. Overall, I do love this trimmer a lot. And I don't know if it's from my personal opinion, it's just the nostalgia of going back to a trimmer that I used when I first started cutting hair, and it's a lot lighter. It feels better in your hand. It's got a great blade on it. That just might be me with my nostalgia. And it does do its job. It cuts super smooth. It's super sharp. And one thing that's different than Andis than most other companies is that their T blade is a lot bigger than every other trimmer I've seen out there. This is going to give you more surface area to cut with, and it will cut down on a bit of time. One more great thing about this trimmer is that it does come with guards on it as well that you can use if you are trying to maybe blend a beard or just try to get out a little bit of hair and not have a complete zero gapped trimmer to get something out. It does come with guards, which is super helpful that it does do that. And overall, that's it. That's the review on the new Andis Gtx-Exo trimmer that they came out with. If you have any questions at all, please leave a comment down below. We'll try to get back to you as soon as possible about that. Also, if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and hit subscribe, like, share, notify, all that stuff. We'd greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.